ISTV English News. First, the top stories. 7th session of the 10th Manipur Legislative Assembly begins with Governor V.K. Dugal's address. Governor assures state government will continue to curb insurgency and bring the underground cadres to the mainstream. And two-day passport camp gets underway at first MR. Proper functioning of Imphal Passport Office likely to start from last week of May. Now the news in detail. Governor of Manipur V.K. Dugal today inaugurated the 7th session of the 10th Manipur Legislative Assembly with a nearly hour-long address that kept the August House spellbound. Conveying his heartfelt greetings to the people of Manipur through the August House, the governor said his government will continue to curb insurgency in Manipur and bring the underground cadres to the mainstream. He said nearly 40 years long insurgency has affected normal life in the state. Over 60 UZ outfits including different factions are operating in the state. Insurgency has severely affected development in Manipur as well. Realizing that successful counter-insurgency operations alone cannot solve the insurgency and militancy problems, the government invited various UZ groups to come out for peace talks. As a result, various armed rebel groups of the valley came out and signed Memorandum of Understanding with the central and state governments. More than 450 cadres have laid down arms. Rehabilitation programs are being taken up for them. The state government has also signed agreement of suspension of operations with various Kuki armed groups. More than 2,100 cadres are kept at different designated camps in 3 hill districts, the governor said. He said the government has been striving to make the hills and the valley equally developed. On tribal affairs and hills, Governor Dugal said the state government has sanctioned rupees 181.58 crore for providing help to 2,800 families of scheduled tribe under the income generating program to take up various programs by 200 tribal women societies, organizations, self-help groups to provide 1,300 tribal families CZI sheets under the rural shelter program. A 2-day passport camp has begun from today at the banquet hall of 1st Manipur Rifles. Chief Passport Officer, Government of India Mukhtar K. Pardesi attended the inaugural ceremony of the camp. Officials of State Home Department have expressed confidence that proper functioning of the Imphal Passport Office will start from the last week of May this year. In connection with the camp, the Chief Passport Officer said that a bona fide citizen of India can get a passport. The same can be acquired after submitting the required documents either online or to the passport offices. The present camp is for verification of those who have submitted their papers for passport. It is hoped that the camp will reduce the expenditure and time that an applicant had to spend while going to the nearest passport office located in Guwahati earlier. Considering the need of the people of the state, such camps will be held regularly in Imphal in future as well. Government of India is serious about opening a passport office in Manipur. For this, preparations are going on in full swing, Chief Passport Officer Mukhtar K. Pardesi said. Principal Secretary Home Government of Manipur Dr. J. Suresh Babu, who was also present at the opening of the camp, said that the state government is all set to open a passport office in Imphal. Preparations for opening the office will be over within 10 days. However, as the staffs to be assigned in the office require training for about 1.5 months or 2 months, it is believed that proper functioning of the office will start from the last week of May. Till now, 640 persons have applied for passport during the camp. Such camps will be organized in future to alleviate the hardship faced by the applicants, Dr. Suresh Babu said. Parliamentary Secretary of Youth Affairs and Sports M. Prithviraj has said the state government is planning to give emphasis on selected events that suit Manipuri players. He said this in an exclusive interview with ISTV News. He further said other nations won medals in boxing, badminton, taekwondo and other sports will suit them at any international events including Olympic Games. In order to improve the talents of players of Manipur, government is planning to give incentives, awards and suitable job for the players. A sports policy will be framed so as to lay special emphasis on particular sports that suits the sportsperson of Manipur. The policy will not deprive or give less importance in other field. The state government is all set to take up new projects in tourism, he also said.
Sports department ki maruina koina ji target thamjari usi Manipur ga chana ba events sing hai batare ko international level da Olympics da Asian Games da akoi ki medal phang pa ya ba akoi yam chana jab events sing da akoi hena focus thamjaba koina event manga taru maruina akoi ki contact sports sing lona archery lady fencing lady si koina hena focus tawraga sida hena atopa areas da atopa events sing koina discipline sing lai thok se ha bidina chada hena sidagi da koina potential lai ha bido focus tawraga koi mathangi lakadam international events in Commonwealth Games, Asian Games, Olympics ta akoi hena akoi performance Manipur gi phagana ba koi adom na kharkanna koi focus tawje.
Secretary of Board of Secondary Education Manipur has appealed to the authority concerned to take up strictest measures to disallow students and invigilators from carrying any electronic communication equipments inside the examination hall. The board has earlier barred all electronic communication equipments inside the examination hall, but many students and staffs were found taking mobile phones inside the examination hall. The board has appealed to all officers in charge to take up the strictest action to bar students and staffs from carrying electronic communication equipments. Meanwhile, 4 persons were detained from impersonating at Ananda Higher Secondary School during the Class 10 examination. Joint Students Coordinating Committee found the 4 persons impersonating for 4 private candidates. Later, the committee handed over the 4 persons to the police. Convener of the Coordination Committee, T.S. Premanand said, on suspicion, the committee carried out drive after taking permission from the OC of the centre. The 4 persons were found impersonating for 4 private candidates. He appealed to the people not to impersonate and use unfair means during the examination. Aam Aadmi Party Manipur held a social service camp in connection with the AAP's Jadu Chalao Yatra today. Members of the party began cleaning from the western gate of Kangla to the palace compound. Convener of AAP Manipur, Hareshwar Goswami, said the camp was conducted to demonstrate the increasing strength of the party. The yatra has started in other parts of the country from February 15th, he said. Before we wind up, a quick glance at the top stories once again. 7th session of the 10th Manipur Legislative Assembly begins with Governor V.K. Dugal's address. Governor assures state government will continue to curb insurgency and bring the underground cadres to the mainstream. And 2-day passport camp gets underway at First MR. Proper functioning of Imphal Passport Office likely to start from last week of May. That's all for today, and thanks for joining us.